All right, I'm back with another vintage UFO report. This is from Kingsport, Tennessee. um, so this one's a little bit different, I think. This one involves two disc-shaped objects. So always interesting when there's multiple objects, not just one. So we witnessed two disc shaped objects straight above. Um, okay. We were going, let's see what the story is. We were going out of our vehicle and looked up to see two. We were getting out of our vehicle and looked up to see two disc shaped objects. They were just in an idle suspense. So strange how they can just hover there silently like that. Like, that's like the strangest thing that they do, I think, honestly. My dad had enough time to get our neighbor outside. How many witnesses do we have here? Number of observers, 3, it says. Okay. Then one moved west about 100 yards, and the second one followed in a couple seconds. So they were just like hovering there, maybe motionless, and then they started to move. Then, as you blink your eyes, they were out of sight. So then they just. How do they go from, staying still to just moving with an incredible speed like that? That is what's so crazy. That's why, with these credible reports, that's why those are all strong reasons to believe that these are not man-made craft at all. My dad dared me to ever talk about this. I wanted to report this while we are still living. Sure. I hereby swear I am not reporting a hoax. My dad feared what people would say if we told anyone at the time. So it occurred in 1969, but it was actually reported in last year, 2024. So all that time they didn't go public with this. That's a long time, man. That's a really long time to keep that hushed. So, a little bit more details. They think that its estimated size was as large as maybe like a stealth bomber, so that's pretty big. It says angle of elevation 76. The color was dark gray, I guess, on both of the discs. They think that the distance between them, or let's say closest distance, 400 to 500 feet. So maybe 400 to 500 feet from them, or like above the ground. Estimated speed 15 miles per hour to 100 yards, and then gone in a blink of an eye. So lights on the object, they didn't mention that in the description, but in the details they said there were lights on the object, on at least one. Would love to know any more details on this. Kingsport, Tennessee, 1969. See here. Man, that's crazy. It's just crazy how they were just hovering up there for a bit, idle suspense, and then they started to move slowly. That's how the ones I saw. That's what they did. They hovered, then they started to move slowly, and then and then eventually they were just sped up at an incredible speed. That's just like how the ones I saw in Ohio in the early 90s. That's how they were. Just like this. Uh, 400 to 500 feet away from them, either away from them or like above the ground. Okay, well, now the ones I saw were silver colored, like bright metallic colored. This here says like a dark gray. It's very interesting there. Um, but the way that I mean they just like zoo like just flew so fast that they were just like gone. That's crazy. Yeah. I think these things came from out of this world and they were yeah. Wonder if anybody else saw these since there were two of them, so like that's crazy. All right. Let me know what you think about this, though, in the comments below. Anything you'd like to add or say? And have you ever seen any of these like mysterious flying disc craft before? I want to hear from others. That'd be great. If you'd like to share your story, definitely. Um, and I'll be back with more UFO and related content shortly.